what's going on YouTube, man? So in this video, I'm gonna talk about a question that one of the people had in the comment section. Now their question is pretty much concerned about the duties and responsibilities that we have here at ROTC. And I'm gonna give you like my perspective as an officer candidate through State 21. And then also I plan on making a video with one of the actual the ROTC people, the midshipmen, the people that's like came from high school and then joined ROTC. I want them to tell you their perspective as well. But here goes my perspective on the things that we do here at ROTC. Let's get into the video. All right, man, first things first, like pretty much everywhere you go, you're gonna have to stand watch. Like that doesn't really matter if you like active duty military, reservist military, ROTC is no different. Yes, the watches are gonna be shorter and there's different types of watches, but you do have to stand watch. So then the types of watches they stand, they pretty much have an OOD equivalent, right? So if you don't know what OOD is, it's called officer to deck. And officer to deck pretty much is just a watch that's just like a fire watch. You stand in a fixed location and then you rover around periodically just to make sure everything is good, like all conditions normal. If you already enlisted, you know what all conditions normal mean, exactly like that. So the second type of watch they got is flag details. So they pretty much got flag, right? So they have two people on the watch bill and they have to go ahead and do morning colors or evening colors. Pretty much like the real military, you'll see the quartermasters go out there and stand flag, or if you're in a shore duty or shore command, or even a training command, sometimes you have to do flag, just like that. So the main job and responsibility of everybody at ROTC, obviously you need to learn your naval sciences, and the same thing with the Marine Corps options, they gotta learn their naval sciences as well. And then also you just gotta pass classes, like your primary goal is a commission. So passing classes should be at the top priority. And then right under passing classes needs to be your overall fitness. Like you gotta take care of your bodies. Now, when you're dealing with people who came straight out of high school, their eating habits might not be as sound as somebody who's been seasoned in the military, who's done a whole bunch of fitness tests and stuff like that. So they have to learn to develop those habits of actually getting a PRT score, having it in their mind they need to run, they need to do a certain amount of push-ups, they need to plank for a certain amount of time. All of that stuff is being established here as well as military ethics and responsibilities and just actual military general knowledge. They learn all that here. So pass your classes and you gotta maintain PRT and fitness standards. So it goes without saying, but you gotta say it. You gotta stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? There's so many distractions here in college. You got people that, you know what I'm saying, like college stuff. They drink underage, they do drugs, they like to party, you know what I'm saying? They like being out all night and they don't really have good time management. Now, this is the people that's not in ROTC. Of course, ROTC people, you know what I'm saying, they got it all figured out. They don't. Everybody has to learn these things, right? So you got to learn how to time manage. You still got to learn how to have fun, and you got to know how to like stay away from things that will distract you from getting to your ultimate goal, which is commissioning. So here at ROTC, we got leadership billets, right? So we got leadership billets, like we got a battalion commanding officer, a battalion executive officer, we got a battalion CMC, we got a sergeant major of the Marine Corps. Like you got your normal triad, right? And so those are gonna be your top 3 positions. That's what a triad means. And then you got those sub positions. It might be a squad platoon leader, platoon commanders. You might have different stuff out there for you to go ahead and step into a leadership position. We got people that does the PXOs. We got the people that does who takes pictures for the actual unit. They'll take pictures and post these pictures up. We got people that plan like events for us, whether that be bowling events, skating events, Six Flags, stuff like that. And we also got people that have different positions, such as like they'll be in charge of making sure things get organized, as far as we might have a grill out or something like that, or we might need to coordinate with another branch. We got people for stuff like that. So we have different billets for different people depending on what they're trying to do and what they're trying to get out of it. And also with these billets, they rotate. You don't hold the same billets. Like you hear me say all the time on this channel, you know what I'm saying? If you're in the Navy, you don't want to have the same collateral duty for the whole 5 years that you're at a command. Same thing while you're here. You want to go ahead and rotate different billets. That way you could gain experience in different areas. All right, boom. So while we're here, we also got drill. We got drill and uniform inspections. So if you don't know what drill is marching. We have to have these marching competitions where our CO, XO, and pretty much our whole chain of command, the big chain of command, who's in charge of the whole unit, they come down and do a uniform inspection and a knowledge check. So the uniform inspection and knowledge checks is something that if you're already enlisted, you already know how that goes. They're gonna ask you who's the CMC of the command that you're at, who's the CMC of the whole Navy, or who's the XO, who's the CEO, who's the president, the vice president, stuff like that. So you have a knowledge check, and then also you have a uniform inspection depending on what's going to be the uniform of the season, right? So now that we're in the spring, it's going to be the dress whites. And then if we're going to be the fall, it's got to be the dress blues, stuff like that. So you got uniform inspections, and you also have drill competition, which we're primarily focused on following directions, facing movements, and pretty much how the unit works together as a whole. All right, so boom, if I wanted to do something like this, let's just say if I wanted to go on leave in Seattle, Washington, and I'm here in Alabama, you have to create a leave chit. Like, yes, you still have to take leave. You have to route it up to our admin officer. Then our admin officer would approve it, sign it, deduct leave as usual. Now, if you're coming in as ROTC, your process might be a little bit differently just because I am active duty, and so I have an actual counter of my leave days, but same process is involved. You have to let everybody know that you want to go on leave, everybody that's in your chain of command, starting from the student chain of command, and then going all the way up to our LTs or the commander who signs off on your paperwork, and then that's how you'll be able to take leave. And the same thing will work for a special request chit, but this one doesn't go to your CO, XO, the whole battalion, or the unit. It'll go to your battalion CO and XO, and then it'll go to the lieutenant or the commander who's in charge of the actual unit itself. When you get here, all of that will make more sense. But it's pretty much just a little routing system, and if you want to do special request chit, let's just say you don't want to show up to training one day, right? If you don't want to show up to training, you have to type up a reason why you don't want to show up to training. Let's just say you had to study for an exam, and then that way it'll get approved by your chain of command. It'll give you a yes or a no. So how officers are treated, man, is pretty much like adults for the most part, but here at ROTC, yes, you have to learn different things, and then that's going to make you a better person. And hey, before I close, man, I just want to say this. When you guys come here for to the University of College for State 21, keep in mind, man, come and do a degree that you're actually interested in. There's nothing worse sitting in class that you're not interested in for the whole 3 years that you're here. That's going to be very daunting. Not gonna lie to you. So come here and actually enjoy what you're doing. That way you can get the most out of it. But anyway, man, I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Thank you for the question. And hopefully I answered your question. If I didn't, hit me in the comment section below and I will expound on that a little bit more. Or just email me, you know what I'm saying? And I'll definitely give you a personalized message. But until next time, peace.
Dude, it's ugly boy, dude. It's ugly boy, dude. It's ugly boy, dude.